This is the IPX7 waterproof outdoor Bluetooth speaker, the wireless outdoor speaker with 90W peak power, long battery life, a floating design, and a built-in handle. After spending some time with it, I thought it might be helpful to share what I've noticed so far. The first thing I noticed when I picked it up is the weight. This is not a small speaker that I would toss into a backpack and forget about. It feels heavy and solid. The handle helps a lot, and it makes it easy enough to move from the house to the backyard, the pool, the garage, or the car. But if I were going on a long hike, I would think twice before carrying it for miles. For the way I use it, the size makes sense. I used it outside near the pool in the garage and during a small get-together in the backyard. It has enough volume for open spaces. I did not have to keep it at max volume all the time. Around medium to high volume, it filled the area pretty well without sounding thin. The bass is noticeable. It has more low end than the smaller Bluetooth speakers I've used before. It works well for hip-hop, pop, EDM, and workout music. With acoustic tracks or podcasts, I notice the bass can feel a little strong depending on the song. It is not a huge problem, but if I leave it on the default sound setting, some voices and instruments can feel a bit thick. I prefer lowering the bass a little when I'm listening indoors or at lower volume. At higher volume, the speaker stays pretty clear, but I can tell it controls the sound to avoid distortion. That means the bass does not always hit harder as the volume goes up. It feels like the speaker is holding back a little to keep things clean. The waterproof rating was one of the main reasons I wanted to try it. I used it around water without feeling nervous. It handled splashes fine, and I liked that it floats. I would still avoid leaving it in water for no reason, but it is good to know that if it falls into a pool, it is not instantly ruined. That makes it a lot easier to use around kids, boats, rain, or a messy outdoor setup. The battery life has been one of the better parts of using it. I did not sit there with a timer every time, but it lasted through long outdoor use without me worrying about charging it. If I keep the volume moderate and turn the lights off, it goes for a long time. When I use the lights and play it louder, the battery drains faster. That is expected, but it is worth knowing if you plan to use it all day. Charging takes a while. That is one downside. If the battery is low, I usually plug it in and leave it for several hours. It is not the kind of thing I charge quickly right before leaving. I have learned to charge it the night before, if I know I'm taking it somewhere. Pairing it with my phone was easy. I turned it on, found it in the Bluetooth menu, and connected without any trouble. The connection stayed stable while I walked around the yard with my phone in my pocket. I did not get dropouts unless I went far away or had a lot of walls in between. Compared to some older outdoor speakers I've used, this one held the connection better. The buttons are simple and easy to press. I like that they are large enough to use without staring at them. If my hands are wet or I'm outside at night, I do not want tiny buttons. The rubber cover over the ports also feels practical. I do make sure it is closed all the way before using it near water because that is one of those little things that matters. The lights are fun for certain situations, but I don't always use them. At night outside, they look nice enough and add a little movement to the setup. During the day, I barely care about them. Sometimes I turn them off because I just want the speaker to play music and not draw attention. I'm glad I have the option. I also tried the USB charging feature for my phone. It works, and it is useful if I'm outside and my phone is getting low. I would not use it all the time because it pulls from the speaker battery. But for camping, pool days, or being away from an outlet, it is a nice backup. One thing I would be careful with is sand. Around the beach, sand can get into places you do not want it. This speaker is waterproof, but that does not mean it is fully protected from dust or sand. I would keep it on a towel, table, chair, or cooler instead of setting it directly on the beach. If sand gets into the grill, it can be annoying to clean. Compared to smaller portable speakers, this one is louder, has stronger bass, and lasts longer. The trade-off is weight. Smaller speakers are easier to carry and better for casual walking around. This one feels more like something I bring to a spot, set down, and leave there while it plays. Compared to some more expensive outdoor speakers I've used, this one holds up better than I expected in volume and battery life. I would not say it replaces every higher-end speaker, especially if you care a lot about detailed sound or high-quality Bluetooth codecs. But for outdoor use, parties, pool days, and garage workouts, it does the job well. Before using it, my main concerns were weight, real battery life, and whether the waterproof design would feel trustworthy. The weight is real. It is portable, but not light. The battery has been good for my use, as long as I don't run it at full volume with the lights on all day. The waterproofing gives me more peace of mind than a regular speaker, but I still try to treat it with common sense. I think this speaker makes the most sense for someone who wants loud outdoor sound and does not need something tiny. If you spend time by the pool, in the backyard, at the beach, on a boat, or at a campsite, it fits that kind of use. It is also good for garage workouts or outdoor projects where a small speaker gets drowned out. If you mostly listen indoors at low volume, or if you want something light for travel, this may be more speaker than you need. It takes up space, and it has some weight to it. But if you want something that can sit outside, get splashed, play for a long time, and sound bigger than a small Bluetooth speaker, it is a practical option. So my relaxed take is this. I like it for outdoor use, pool days, and situations where volume and battery life matter more than carrying something small. It is not flawless, and I would not pretend it is. It is heavy, charging takes time, and sand is something to watch out for. But in real use, it has been easy to live with, and it does what I hoped it would do. If you have any questions about the IPX7 waterproof outdoor Bluetooth speaker, leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer based on my experience. If this video helped, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Thank you for watching.